Okay, class, today we're going to be doing multiplying decimals, but we're going to be showing pictures. So I want you to call this page 29. Give it the title of Multiplying Decimals. And then in parentheses, I want PIC for pictures, because that's what we're going to be showing today. Okay, our first example, I want to do 1.2 times 1.5. Okay, I need you to think back to what you were taught in 5th grade and 4th grade when you were multiplying whole numbers. Remember how you did partial products? You'd draw a rectangle and you would show the different parts being multiplied together. Well, that's what you're going to do here. Okay, I need you to be very careful and neat as you draw this. We're actually going to draw a square. So we're doing 1.2, that's our original number. So we need to define what one whole unit is. I want you to make a length that's about 2, actually, let's do 3 lines worth. See how that would make a square? Okay. Try and make it. So that right there is going to represent one whole unit. We need 1.2, so I need tenths. Well, I need another whole unit then. So try and go about another one, just about the same distance. Okay. This is going to be in tenths, so we need plus 0.2. So I need 2 tenths. So let's split this into 10 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, similar this way, only we need 1.5 or 1 and 5 tenths. So right here would be another whole unit. And now we need 5 tenths. So another whole unit, but we are only going to end up using 5 of those tenths, but we need tenths. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now go ahead and let's put that square together. We're trying to make it as neat as we can, but we can't make it absolutely perfect. Okay, go ahead and extend this line and this line. And also these ones. So you're going to actually cut this into tenths this way. Might take a minute. Try and make it as neat as you possibly can. But as long as you can tell the pieces we're looking at, you're okay. Okay, and tenths this way. Six, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, these aren't perfect, but what this does is it actually shows our whole units, our tenths, and our hundredths that we're going to have in our answer. So we want 1 and 2 tenths. So I'm going to represent that in red. So one whole unit. You might use a colored pencil or crayons or something if you have those at your house. And 2 tenths. So I want this one and this one, 2 of the 10 pieces. This is my original number, so I'm going to shade that. So 1 whole and 2 tenths, but I'm going to extend that through all of this. So extend that through all of this. Now here we need to be a little more neat, and I need 1 tenth and 2 tenths. Okay, now that I have 2 tenths on the other side, I need 1 whole, so I need 1 complete of that, and 5 tenths more. So I have 1 whole and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tenths more. Okay, now this one I'm going to shade in purple. You might use a other color pen or something here, but I'm coloring everything that I already marked in red, but I only need 1 and 5 tenths of that. So I needed 1 of the whole original, but I also need 5 tenths more. So after I've got this shaded, you can see that I have 1 whole unit here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tenths, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hundredths. Now, cool thing about 10 hundredths is it's the same as 1/10, but you can see the hundredths part here. So my final answer is going to be 1 whole and 8 tenths. So 1.8. Now, if you do the math out over here on the side, you can see that's exactly what you get. 1.2 times 1.5. 5 times 2 is 10. Oh, there's your 10 hundredths. 5 times 1 is 5. Here's these 5 tenths. 0 placeholder. 1 times 2 is 2. There's our 2 tenths here. Oh, why did I write it? I forgot my 1. 5 times 2 is 10. I forgot to regroup my 1. Sorry. So that would be 6 tenths when we regroup that. Now, 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. We have 1, 2 places behind the decimal. So in our answer, let's add this up. We have 0, 8, and 1. And we have 1, 2 places behind the decimal in our answer. 1.8. You can see that in our picture. Okay, one more picture we're going to do. Skip a line. I want you to do 0.2 times 0.7. Okay, now this is where some people get confused about how we can have two decimals multiplied together and get something smaller than we actually have. So this time we don't have any whole units, so we need to only work with tenths. So I want you to draw another thing that looks like that. So 1 whole unit, only we don't need whole units, we just need tenths. And 1 whole unit this direction. Okay, so you're going to kind of make a square. So we need to split this into tenths. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, that would make 11 pieces, wouldn't it? Let's fix that. Okay, sorry, ignore that. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 pieces. And this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, continue your lines, and you're actually going to end up with a bunch of little squares or hundredths. Okay, try and make it nice and neat. I have to hurry because my video is going to time out here in just a second. So by doing this, I'm going to end up with hundredth size pieces. Now you know that 10 hundredths make 1/10. So in here, I'm going to do the same kind of shading, only here I need 0.2 or 2 tenths. So I'm going to shade that in red. 1/10, 2 tenths. But of that, I'm only interested in 7 tenths of that. So I'm going to do 7 tenths over here. So I'm only going to shade 7 of those tenths. Now notice what I have shaded here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 things shaded. So of the 2 tenths, I want 7 tenths of that. It's a smaller portion than what I originally had. So my answer is 0.14 or 14 hundredths. Okay, if you do the math over here, you'll get the same thing. So 0.2 times 0.7. 2 times 7 is 14. Regroup 1. 7 times 0 is 0. Add the 1, so 14. 0 placeholder. And we can multiply zeros, or if you understand you don't have to do that step, you know that you're going to end up with 14 as your answer, but we need 1, 2 places behind the decimal. So 1, 2 places behind the decimal here. 0.14, but you can actually see it in our picture. Okay, one last one I want to try with you. If I have 0.2, that would be 2 tenths, and I have 3 of those. These are 3 whole groups of that. So if I were to draw a picture, I draw 2 tenths. Now with this, I'm just going to draw little bars. You guys are kind of getting the idea behind that now. So if I have 2 little bars from one of these squares up here, then I have that 3 times. So here's 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups. So all together, I have 6 tenths. Okay, I just want you to get an idea of what multiplying decimals looks like in pictures. Okay, make sure those are taken in your notes, and I'll see you tomorrow.